Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, and welcome to the Black Business Network as we get prepared to talk to you about things that are going on not only in North Carolina, but all over the country. I'm your host, Eric Kelly III, and it gives me great pride and pleasure to say to you, business owners, it's your day. As you look at your business today, we want you to believe in what you have to share and to show to people all over the country. The Black Business Expo is one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. And we have technically looked at the pivoting for the Black Business Expo. Each year we do a physical event, but of course, with COVID, we're doing a virtual affair. And in our virtual affair, we're doing 100 businesses, 100 speakers, 7 days a week. And of course, those 7 days a week is unlimited advertising, public relations, and marketing with speakers from all over the world. In February, we had speakers from Singapore, Las Vegas, New York City, Chicago, Illinois, and of course, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kansas City, just to list a few. And of course, Virginia. As we continue our showcasing of business owners, we want to showcase an organization that was one of our sponsors for last year. One of our sponsors during the February, and I shouldn't say last year, this year, because we're going to be doing another one June 7th through the 13th. Hopefully you will be there. And just a little side note, when you think about the numbers of people that came to the show, we had over 50,000 people to come to the show. We had some 8,000 reshares, and of course, we had some 500 likes. So as we look at the next show, these two shows that we've done are virtual shows that allow business owners to exist. As you look at building your business and building your wares, you got to find a way to exist. Now, some people would say that the 50,000 people is not a lot of people. But when you look at the concentrated effort of those 50,000 people, you'll see that it's a great deal to the Black business owners and, of course, to the organizations who are participating. When you think about the $200 billion that represent Black businesses, and then you think of Jeff Bezos, who has over $300 billion, and that means he has $100 billion more than Black businesses. So the question always is, what can we do to change it? How can we move around what's already in front of us? And so the Black business ecosystem that we've created is an ecosystem that allows business owners to come aboard and speak to what they feel. Now, if you're a business owner out there and you're thinking about getting on this platform for our June event, make sure you email me at info@blackbusinessexpo1.com. And for those of you who know, you can give us a call at 919-308-9090. Now, with no further ado, I'd like to introduce my guest, a young lady out of Kansas City, a young lady who's been doing great things, not only with training individuals, but she's also been doing a great deal in showing business owners how to master business. That's a big, tall task, as she is the CEO of the National Black Mastermind organization. And with no further ado, I'd like to introduce and reintroduce to others none other than Dr. Danetta Watson.
Hello, Dr. Kelly. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great, and it's always good to see you as we get prepared for another great show. Before we get started, for those who do not know you, tell people who is Dr. Watson.
Well, Dr. Watson is a 38-year entrepreneur and an educator, a trainer, a coach, and a mentor, but someone who is passionate about moving Black entrepreneurs to a position of economic wealth. And I have extensive background in being an entrepreneur, but I was a dualpreneur. So I started out in the healthcare and went to the legal field and finished a master's degree in quality systems management and became a management statistician for the federal government through the Census Bureau. I was there for 14 years, and the last 8 years I was a contractor with CDC covering 6 states, conducting medical research studies and very extensive studies on the disparities in healthcare and understanding protocols for healthcare conditions. And so when I left the government, I often said that they would have to pay me to leave. And so our office closed in Kansas City, and I left with a very healthy severance package and a very healthy savings fund. And I started my business as a wedding and event planner. So I went from a management statistician to being a wedding event planner, florist, and interior decorator. Owned 3 venues in my city for 5 years. And in the midst of all of that, I experienced just about everything imaginable an entrepreneur would experience in business. And in December 2017, I threw in the tile. I realized that the business wasn't profitable. Now, in the midst of that, I was an adjunct professor for Joseph Business School. And I've been mentoring and coaching entrepreneurs and teaching entrepreneurship. Was one of the administrators of the school that opened in Kansas City. And I was devastated that my business had to close. And as a result of realizing what we are not taught about the financial side of business, accessing capital and positioning your business to be sustainable, I realized that most Black entrepreneurs were in the same boat, barely making our ends meet, looking like we're living that life, but really not nowhere near that life. So, what I wanted to do was make sure that if we were going to be in business, we were going to win in business. And that's been my motto. I just want to see us win in business. And what do we need to do to win? I've been on this journey now since 2015, working with entrepreneurs. I actually started training entrepreneurs in 2009. But in 2015, I launched the Black Mastermind group. And in 2017, we opened it up, 2019, we became a 501c3 and we began to open up for other states other than Kansas City to create training sites for entrepreneurs. And with a relationship and a collaboration with organizations, we will be training Black entrepreneurs across the nation and one day overseas.
Well, when you began to talk about your organization, um, tell people, or I'll ask the question instead of letting you just tell them. I'll just go ahead and ask the question. If I'm a business owner, and let's say I've been in business for some 5, maybe 7 years, and I've had some success. And of course, I'm not a solopreneur. I'm someone who maybe have a staff of maybe 5 people, but I have not reached that plateau of total profit. And of course, I know you can understand what I mean. You're making enough money to keep your doors open. You're making enough money to pay your staff, but you're not making enough money to put any money in your pocket. Okay. What can your organization do to change maybe that culture, or to change that idea, or change the landscape of that particular business owner?
Yeah. Well, and we run into this quite often because we work with entrepreneurs from startup all the way to what we call as master class, those businesses that have the ability to net 6 figures or greater. And what we find with our entrepreneurs who have been able to amass some form of success is that they really don't know their numbers. And consequently, I often tell them, because you don't know your numbers, you don't know what's in your price points, you haven't determined what your profitability is in your organization, you're generally leaving money on the table, and so much money that is spilling over onto the floor. And oftentimes, when we can get them to stop long enough to do an analysis of their numbers. See, we believe that all business price structure should consist of the cost of goods, your markup, which is for marketing. I don't think anybody's ever told you that. Cost of goods, marketing, and your profit, your price point. Those three things is what makes up your price. If you've not determined the cost of providing the good, the operating costs, the amount of staff costs per hour, per day, whatever the staff, even if it's you, owner, oftentimes it is, you're putting the most energy into the creation of the product or service. If you have not identified your cost for you providing the time to produce the product or the service, you are leaving money on the table. So we start there. Most times, dealing with identifying what is in the price, then determining how much your markup should be. From there, we look at putting your profit margin percentage into the price of the product. Often people will train you to take profit off the top after you've established your price. And in essence, you're cutting yourself short. And if you're just putting a profit in there and you haven't determined what the industry national average gross profit margin is, you're leaving money on the table. So much so that I bet it's flowing over onto the floor.
And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't see is you made a very, very critical statement there when you said that your marketing or even your advertising or even, when you start to think about your merchandising. Sometimes people don't think about, and I say the free money is the merchandising because your fans, your customers will actually want to buy merchandising from you, and you don't have any merchandise. And then, of course, when you start talking about your advertising, so many people believe that word of mouth is the best advertising. But if somebody is talking about you to a crowd of 1,000 and they don't need your product, then word of mouth don't mean anything. And we have to get away from that whole what I call believing in something that you heard as opposed to utilizing something that works. Talk a little bit about marketing and advertising.
Yes. Well, what we call that is we need to have a paradigm shift. And in our community, we have a lot of paradigms that need to be shifted because we pass down folklores, I guess that's the correct word, folklores, and we pass down misinformation and consequently, we believe what mama them told us. And so we begin to operate our businesses on what mama them said and people who've never even owned a business. So let me share with you about marketing. So I have a minor in marketing, and it's been an area I've shown a great interest in, and I understand how to move people. So in the concept of marketing, which is something very foreign to our community, unfortunately, in every industry, there is a percentage of your business, and we take it from operating costs and not from revenues, because we get focused on revenues and we do not establish what it takes to operate the business. And so we take a percentage that the national average has said that every business should spend on marketing. And we add that to our operating budget. And so your cost of goods, operating costs set aside, your markup is the percentage that's covering whatever your national industry standard says your business should pay for marketing. Now, when we talk about marketing in our community, we think about Facebook posting, social media marketing. But in essence, marketing, Facebook posting, and social media postings is in the category of advertisements. There are three components to marketing, and that is having a marketing strategy, positioning your organization, branding and awareness and identity and distinction. But then you have your marketing activities that you conduct which is your advertisements. And then you have promotional campaigns. And that's where we get caught in the two categories of doing marketing, social media marketing, advertisements, and then we do promotional campaigns where we want to offer things to people at a discount to get them to buy. But that's only a small component of what makes up marketing. You have to have a 365-day strategy that puts you in front of your audience, your target audience, your customer avatar. Your customer avatar is that best possible candidate that you'd want to do business with. You understand their buying habits, where they spend their time, how much money they spend, what's important to them. You understand the psychosocial graphic makeup of that person, and you get in front of that audience, not you try to get them to come to you. You as a business need to show up right in front of that audience. And then we help you identify all the potential areas where your audience would be, your people that are watching your business, considering doing business with your business, how to get in front of that audience, and then create the strategy, the advertisements, and the promotions and campaigns that will drive them to your business. We have a little saying, and I didn't create the saying. I'm gonna give honor to Mr. Trevor Otts, but M plus M plus M equals money. A message that you speak to your audience that causes a movement in the marketplace towards your business, that you have determined the best possible methodology to connect and communicate to that audience equals money. In essence, that is marketing.
Well, that's one of the pieces that a lot of times people miss. Now, let's talk about sales. We hear a lot about building great brands and building marketing and getting your advertising in place and preparing your public relations. Now, talk about sales.
Mhm. Well, most of us, meaning Black business owners, we do not have sales strategies in our business. Oftentimes, the owner is the COO, chief only operator in the business. So not only are you the product producer, you're the cash register ringer, you're the salesperson, you're the accountant, the bookkeeper, you're the banker, you're the janitor at times. All of us, all of this is what's happening in the business. And oftentimes, as an entrepreneur, we are too close in the frame of what's happening day to day in our business that we don't understand how to attract a customer through lead generation. We do not know the sequence that we must implement with the marketing strategies that your marketing team or your marketing firm has created to give the salespeople in your organization something to do. Now, you can't be the salesperson. Oftentimes, you don't know how sales opportunities happen and are created. So we highly encourage our entrepreneurs to have a marketing firm and a sales team. And I'll tell you why. Salespeople are hunters. They are barracudas. They are piranhas. They are vultures. They kill what they eat. When you want to move your business revenues, you need a strong sales team. You need salespeople that have a killer instinct. Why? Because the more money they make for themselves, the more money they'll make for your company. We believe in establishing sales goals in your organization to where you can identify how much money the salespeople must bring into your organization every day, every week, every month, every quarter, semi-annually, and annually. You can break down your revenue goals and determine each and every day how much money your organization needs to make. And then you hire skilled salespeople who have a track record of success. You pay them commission because they kill what they eat. So in essence, they earn their own keep. So it's important to bring self trained. You get what you pay for. Skill costs money. So you offer them a handsome commission package and you release them because every dollar they earn for themselves based on your commission structure, if they earn 30 to 45% in good commission structures, probably 55% of what they kill, you get 45% free profit into your business or free revenue because you haven't put any energy into bringing them on. You owe them no salary, no payroll taxes. All you do is pay them straight commission. And if they bring in $10,000, if you take 4,500 and they make 55, you make money off of what they do. That's leveraging your human resources, leveraging the ability of a sales team. And based on the number of salespeople you bring in your organization, you establish your revenue and sales goals. You release them to do what they are trained and gifted to do. Your business will be in a different place in less than 9 months, 6 to 9 months.
Now, what is a number for people to reach you? Email for people to email you so that they can be involved and get some of the necessary training to be greater businesses.
Well, we like everyone to be introduced to us through our website. You can go to the blackmastermindgroup.com. We have a free ebook there. I'll be writing another one very soon and we'll be releasing it because there's a lot of information that has not made it to us as a community of entrepreneurs. And I don't mind sharing, but we want you to go onto our website, become part of our email list. We'll send you information about our monthly roundtable events. We'll send you information about what's happening in the organization and tips for you, Black entrepreneur, to move your business from where you're at to where you need to be. And that's a place called sustainability.
When you begin to talk about some of the events that you have, that brings me to an event that you're having this Sunday. As a matter of fact, it will be at 3 o'clock, and she's smiling because she knows where I'm going. Talk a little bit about that event and talk about why you're having that event and what's the importance of it.
Yes. Well, we are Black masterminds. We operate under the mastermind concept. Most people, will put things out, mastermind this and mastermind that, but really the mastermind concept became quite apparent from Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And he explained how the energy comes together in alignment when people of the same mindset begin to work together collectively to address a particular problem or a particular situation. Now, in his book, the masterminds were all men of great influence and great wealth. And when they decided to put their minds together, they built the steel industry, they redesigned the railroad industry, and they launched the auto industry. They were the masterminds of their day, and they addressed the economic condition of the world, America, basically. I'm sorry, not the world, but in America. And those great men came together and worked collaboratively together and amassed fortunes as a result of their linking up their energy together. We believe the mastermind concept is a missing tool. And we believe that we Black entrepreneurs who are very creative, very wise, very ingenious, we've been missing the energy that comes with working collaboratively together. And so we are developing the mastermind concept. Within that concept, the mastermind group would always come together and sit at a round table, and they would begin to hash out ideas and come up with strategies and answers to problems. We are operating under that same principle. Why? Because it worked. There's proof that it worked. There's things existing in the earth realm today as a result of that group of men coming together. So we function under the mastermind concept, and every month we do what's called round table sessions. So this Sunday, March the 21st at 2:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. Eastern, we are hosting a Black Mastermind roundtable event. And your host and the illustrious Dr. Eric Kelly III will be our guest speaker at this roundtable event. We are covering the topic, we are in this to win it. And I don't think we really understand what that means to be in a position to win. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to open with Dr. Kelly. We're going to come back and summarize some things. We're going to open up for question and answers because with a roundtable concept, masterminds talk things out. If you have questions, definitely this is a platform where you can get your questions answered. We talk about business, but we talk about business from a different perspective. It takes a mindset to be successful in business. We want to make sure that we have positioned our mindsets towards success. And once we get the mind positioned towards success, we can teach you things you didn't know about, things that you've never heard before, like leveraging. My goodness, that's a strategy that every wealthy organization uses, leveraging cash. We've never been introduced to the concept of leveraging, but that is the position every entrepreneur's business should be in, leveraging your profit. And we're going to teach you these things through our organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want you to come out and hear Dr. Eric Kelly on Sunday, this Sunday, March 21st at 2:30 p.m. Central, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for the tag, and I'm honored to be one of your speakers. And I started out listening to the topic. And for those of you who are out there who are thinking about showing up so that I can show out, we are in it to win it. And I want to give just a little hint of what I'm going to be talking about. And one of the things I'm going to be talking about is that sentence. First of all, we are in it to win it. The question becomes, when you look at the English language, the English language is a hard language to understand. So when you look at that sentence that says we are in it to win it, you have to break down that sentence and say, okay, first of all, what is the we? Yeah. And we means, to me, team. What is your team? When you say we are in it to win it, you got to begin to talk about what is your team. The solopreneur is something that people continue to do because they have what I call fear. And my grandmother used to say that many people have fear, and fear is something that is an emotion that keeps you from thinking about the possibility. Now, let me move on into the we are in it. When you say in it, what is the it? You know, the it could be your family, the it could be your business, the it could be your friends, but what is the it? And the question that people have to ask is, what is your it? We are in it to win it. And then the last but not least, and I can't wait to talk about this part, the hard part. We are in it to win it. Win what? What are you in to win? Because you hear a lot of times people say, I started a business because of so-and-so. Or I started a business because I think I can. I started a business because I want to compete against my friends. Now, what are you working to win? These particular parts of what I'm going to talk about, I believe one of the things that people don't get in it to win, and that is happiness. And I submit that happiness, if you are doing something that you can do for free and you are happy to do, then everything will take care of itself. My great grandfather used to say, don't put money first. Put the mission first. And winning and the money will follow. Find out the why you are doing something. You know, we're going to talk about what does winning look like, not from my perspective, but from generations and legacy perspective. When you talk about the Black Business Expo, and I talk about it all the time, and people always look at me and say, oh, you're doing a great job. You're doing it for 40 years. You know, you've transcended businesses. You've helped people become great in what they do. You help kids, But at the end of the day, I didn't create the Black Business Expo. The Black Business Expo fell on me. My grandmother created the Black Business Expo. What I did was I utilized my great grandfather's strategies for it to be successful. And when we talk on Sunday, I'm going to talk about 6 things, 6 pieces of strategy that I believe has helped me to be a winner all my life. That's not to say I didn't have any failures. And I think one of the things people always don't talk about is their failures because they don't want to look at how they failed or why they failed. I believe that if you look at your failure, if you
Mhm.
re-examine your failures and understand why you fail, you will always win. And I'm not going to give those 6 out right now because
No.
you can see I'm getting warmed up. I'm getting that feeling. I'm ready to go. And that is why people miss out because of the energy that they bring to the table because of the why they do things. And
Mhm.
I learned early on, and I can leave this with most people. I learned early on that if my why was not in place, I always lost. And I'll talk about the 5th grade. I flunked the 5th grade. And I
Mhm.
flunked the 5th grade because I went to school every day. I had made up in my mind I was going to be an artist. I drew every day. I ate. I went to sleep. And until I got retained, because I thought I was gonna pass, until I got retained and understood why I was in school, then I never flunked again. And I made A's and B's the rest of the time because my grandmama looked me in my face and she said, "You're not dumb. What did you do?" And
Mhm.
she asked for accountability. And she didn't whoop me. And she said to me, I'll never forget, she said, "Hey, they're going to treat you like you dumb next year. And they're going to talk about you next year." And what my grandmama didn't understand is that I was a little guy, but I was a little bully guy. So I knew they weren't going to talk to junk. I knew they weren't going to, because I would fight I was one of those guys. I fight you, I do whatever if you said something to me I didn't like. But what I learned through that process is that once you understand what your why is, and
Mhm.
once you understand what distractions are, then you're gonna win. But most people don't know what a distraction is. Most people don't know what a why is, and they get in business and they start business and they make some money, and then they don't get a profit, and now they're, as I used to say, they're stuck in bills, and those bills are what motivates
Yes.
them
Yes.
for their business,
Yes.
not
Yes.
what their mission was,
Yes.
not what their dream was, not what their passion was, but I got a house, I got a car. You know,
Mhm.
I got to pay for things. So now I'm kind of stuck in this business. And then 60 years they get 60 years old, they ask themselves, where did time fly? And that's
Mhm.
just a little bit of what I'm going to talk about
Yeah.
I can't wait. I just want you to know,
Uh,
not only can
I don't want you to give it
wait,
all away here
oh,
because we just gave enough of a teaser to tell your audience you need to show up on Sunday. You can go to our website and get your
mhm,
ticket for the event. Nominal fee for the ticket. We just want to impact our community. And we're honored and grateful to be collaborating with Black Expo USA and Dr. Kelly. It's such an honor to be invited on your platform to talk to more Black entrepreneurs. Like I shared with you when we first met, all we want to do is train our people. And our why is we are at the bottom of the economic scale. Everyone is on top of us. We are laying on the bottom. And my why is I know what it feels like to close a business. I
mhm,
had 3 facilities in Kansas City and I closed all of them. And I walked away from what I thought God called me to do. But when I closed them, I had someone step in my face, a powerful man of God. And he
mhm,
said, if you just would receive what God has for you. At that time, I had no clue what God was doing with the rest of my life. All I knew is I'd been trying to help as many entrepreneurs as I could. they needed money, I wrote the checks. I was that girl that wrote checks with a whole lot of zeros. And so I wasn't scared of zeros, and I'm still not scared of zeros. And so I would write checks to people and help them in their businesses. And I realized that I couldn't do it by myself. I needed more people who had a heart for Black entrepreneurs to be willing to help Black entrepreneurs. We all were in the same boat, and that was real. You know, I would go into their businesses and turn the camera on and interview them, and give exposure is a powerful tool. And I would turn my Facebook Live on and could get 10,000 people to get on Facebook Live and listen to the story about these businesses in our communities, because we don't have a place to advertise. We don't have television. We don't have radio. That is effective. We don't have newspapers that promote our communities properly. So we have to rely upon hit and miss traffic. And we don't advertise and we don't market correctly to have a steady flow of customers. And most importantly, where we position our businesses, the places where we put them that don't have a way for customers to find us. All of these things are having such an impact on our businesses. And so I wanted to help. I didn't know my own business would suffer and close while I'm out writing checks all over the world trying to help and interviewing entrepreneurs. I didn't know that day was going to come, that the bottom came out of everything I had. But I told God when it happened to me, I didn't want another Black entrepreneur going through what I went through. I had went through $350,000 of my money, my friend's money, my husband's money, my sister's money.
Well,
$350,000. And I told God, I had 1 penny left to my name. And I picked that penny up on the floor in my office. My bank accounts were empty. I didn't start this journey broke. I had the education. I had the money. I had an amazing concept. But every step of the way, we were challenged. And I was answering my problems with my own money. Breaking rule number 1. You do business with other people's money.
That's right.
Never your own.
I
broke the rule.
Well,
and, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, I know our time is moving down. And me and you now, you know, we can go on because they don't know when you come in the room, you like a spark plug. You ready to blow it up. And most people would tell you I'm always on blow up. You know, I'm ready to go. But
we're on 10 at
yeah,
all times.
I want to announce this evening to many people that on March the 31st, you are going to be coming on the IBM network.
Yes.
And have a show that's going to be a show that's going to carry so much information. Each night that you come on is going to be a special night, because at the end of the day, our audience is looking forward to it, because we've been talking about the speakers that came to the Black Business Expo. Now, you lay it out. You was the first one out the gate. You was the first, and the numbers were crazy after you got done.
Wow.
And many people wanted to hear more of what you had to say. And the most important part of what we do is we do a survey, not only with my board, but with other people in the community. And many people don't know how many people I know. So I tell people all the time, I say, while they're speaking, I am listening, but I have other ears out there, because we want to elevate. And when you made that statement about money in the Black business community, and on Saturday, we had a gentleman to talk about Jeff Bezos and his $300 billion. And then we look at the $200 billion is all we have. And then when you sit there and you think about the $1 trillion that we spend, not in our communities, but we spend, there's something wrong with that picture. When one man has $100 billion more than all Black businesses. And you made a statement about we don't have a television network. We don't have really a radio. We don't have really a newspaper. One of the things that we want to do, the Black Business Expo, is to present something that gives us an opportunity to say what we mean and mean what we say. And more importantly, we're not we're not flustered, or we're not worried about other people doing what we do. We want other organizations and other people to do 100 people 52 weeks of the year. You know, if we can get just one group to do 100 people, and that's 52, 52 weeks of the year, then we can begin to start raising funds for my kids. But more importantly, we can begin to showcase business owners across the world, because that is really the mission of what we do at the Black Business Network. And your training is so valuable until we're honored to have you to be a part.
Thank you. I'm honored to be with this organization and being part of this platform to help our entrepreneur community move to the next level. That's all we want to do. We want to make sure that we are evening the playing field. We're building our own tables and we're taking our own seats instead of waiting for everybody to give us a seat. We want to build our own table from a platform of creating sustainable, economically sound Black business models, especially for those individuals whose businesses have closed as a result of COVID. It's not over. It's not, you just need to be in the right seat at the right time. We're excited that we're going to be able to provide bootcamp trainings in many cities across the nation very soon. We're launching in July. We'll be expanding in January 2020. And so if you're interested or you need that information, we are here and we're not going anywhere. We're going to provide you with as much content as we can to help reshape the way you think about business. And most importantly, what you do with the money and the profit in your business. That's where we're wanting to make sure we move our community from an economic position into a place of wealth and legacy.
When you talk about your date, and I didn't even tell the people your date, I want to make sure I give them the date and the time, even though you'll be coming on at a different time because you're in Kansas City.
Yes.
The time that you will be coming on here in beautiful, beautiful IBM TV world will be on Wednesdays.
Yes.
Every Wednesday. After you do prayer meeting, people, after y'all get your prayer on, come on and listen to the good doctor. What time is it going to be, Doc?
Will be 6 p.m. Central Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, starting March 31st. And I'm honored to be, again, so honored to be on your platform.
Now, I know you talked about you did a lot of interviews with companies and you did some interviewing. One of the things that we do talk about, you may have opportunity to do some interviews and post them on the show, but it's live. And the reason we do it live is because if you do a recorded show, you might as well be Facebook. You might as well be YouTube. And we our model, because it's been live, it's been what's made what we do a little different. You know, I often say you get what you see on Black Business Network TV. And I think what has happened a lot of times when you're doing stuff that is not live and you're doing recorded stuff, what happens is people say, well, I can see it later. And one of the things that we've been able to do is to do a 24-hour network. And my dream of raising funds for kids is why I do it. We're going to be doing some things on my art from a perspective. I have some people that want to do, and I'm going to tell you, want to do a movie on my life. I think that's going to be interesting because they, and I'll give a little bit of it away. The screenplay is all about how it all started.
Wow.
The 4-year-old, when I got the pencil, because I was in church running around, to my great grandfather starting a museum when I was 10 for me, until 3 teachers cornered me in the hallway my senior year and taking me to the teachers lounge and sitting me down and telling me they was going to flunk me if I didn't draw. And I asked that question most young men would ask, well, am I going to get extra credit? And my art teacher said, we're not going to give you extra credit for something that you can do already. My history teacher said, it is your responsibility to share your work with the world. And my English teacher said, I'm not going to sit around and let you waste your life away because you can. And those three ladies changed my world and allowed me to understand that there was something bigger. And one of the things that I think people need to deal with, and I'm not going to talk much about leadership on Sunday, but I believe bad leadership can put you in a bad space. Fortunately for me, in the back of my mind, I had the idea that I was going to be an artist. Even though I'm sitting in suit and tie now, at the end of the day, that's what I had in the back of my mind, and that propelled me to continue to do art until now. And so, leadership is something that I want you to talk about a little bit because I was told that I would make money being an artist. Because I was going to be an art teacher. I was told that the way to make some money, I would have to go into another field. That's how I ended up into advertising. But last year, for the first time, I really realized what bad leadership would do for you because there's living artists who are making $12 million for pieces of artwork. You know, Basquiat made $110 million of a piece of artwork he did in 1992. And when I begin to talk about leadership, you have to understand you have to lead your life. You can't follow the follower. You have to lead your life. I'm going to let you talk a little bit about leadership. And then after we talk a little bit about leadership, we're going to get out of here.
Well, for in many instances in my life, I've always been in leadership roles, and being in all of my career and my involvement in church, I've been in leadership responsibilities. But I often we go back and forth on leadership being something that you're born with or something that you are taught. And I think it's a combination of both. When you identify you have a gift to lead and influence people, then you have to train and develop the gift, stir it up. And so I went back to school so that I could develop a deeper ability on how to lead people. Leadership is not glorious. It's hard work. Leaders are often misunderstood. And the reason is because we think that leaders have some supernatural ability, and it's not. There is an anointing on the life of a leader to stand in the office that they've been called to, but they still have a responsibility to develop the gifts. And they're humans. They have bad days just like everybody else. They have good days. They have periods of time where the enemy is attacking their mind. So no leaders are perfect people. They're just called to stand. Hey, I make a lot of mistakes. There are times I can, if I can just roll the day back and get another fresh day. But I'm called to stand in this office. And no matter the impurity or the inadequacies of the vessel, we are called to impact other people's lives. And not everybody is going to like the type of impact you put on their lives. Because if you are a good leader, you require excellence out of everybody you come in contact with. You don't settle for anything less than excellence, because we owe God that. He gave us the excellent gift. We owe that back with what we do with our lives. And so leaders have a responsibility to not lead with partiality. I love all the people in my organization, but I'll check them all because I don't want anybody to think that they have a special seat in this organization that removes them from being accountable for what they say and what they do. I'm accountable to other people for what I say and I do. I got to answer for every decision that I make. I got to answer to other leaders. And that's what leadership is all about. Being strong enough to make the hard decisions and deal with the consequences of them. Not everybody's going to like everything you say or do as a leader, but you've got a responsibility to lead. You got a responsibility to identify the gifts that are in the people that have been called to follow you. Every leader has a group of people that have been called to follow them. And we have a responsibility to develop them in everything that we say and everything that we do, and give them no slack. Because if we allow them not to use all of their gifts and talents and develop the gift that's in them, that is on our shoulders. We got to give an account for that. So I command excellence out of everyone that comes in contact. If you've got an excuse spirit, you and I are not going to get along very well, because I'm not making excuses, and I don't give you the ability to live in the land of excuses. So I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold you accountable to show up at the level you want to see success in your life. That's a leader. That's what we have a responsibility to do. And when people pass you by or don't acknowledge the gifting and anointing that's on your life, and they think less of that gift or that anointing is on your life, you're not called to them people. God will have some amazing way of putting the right people on your pathway that speak to the gift that's within you. And there are some people that God used to speak to the gift that was in you. And now you're where you're at because somebody obeyed and spoke into the gift that was on your life. Leaders have a responsibility to do that. Now, I've had people in my life, I was told I wasn't college material. I have a doctorate degree. I have a master's in quality systems management. I passed 2 years of statistics. I was told at 19 years of age I was not college material and that I needed to leave college by my counselor, who saw a little black girl on a predominantly white college campus and told me I didn't belong there. And at the time, I believed her.
And that is something that people don't talk about, what you just talked about. You know, I remember that I didn't have a way to go to college. I didn't know how I was going to go to college. But every time they asked the question who was going, I threw my hand up. And when I got my art scholarship, or when I got all these letters, it wasn't that I was amazed that I got the letters. It was I was ready. And I think sometimes we are not ready because we don't set expectations for our lives. We sit there and we say, well, it's not going to happen, so I'm not going to do anything. And I think one of the things that I'll be talking about on Sunday is a strategy. And if you understand a strategy, and one of the other things I wanted to say is that sometimes you don't know that you have a strategy until you actually sit down and look at how you are successful. Yeah. When you talk about leadership and that whole, I wanted you to talk about leadership because one of the things that I find is that people who don't lead don't understand what leadership is. You have people out there who say, I want to be the leader. Okay. But at the end of the day, what does that mean? Does that mean your way or the highway? Or does that mean to develop a team that will get to the mission? When I said my great grandfather used to say, don't worry about the money. Even though he was a millionaire, he was a Pullman porter. He worked on the shipyards in Portsmouth, Virginia. So he had learned early on how to earn some money. That's why I brought up the whole sales thing. I come from a sales background. Not only do I come from a sales background from my family, I sold cars for 3 years. And now I didn't go into selling cars because I wanted to be a salesman. I went into selling cars because I needed money. That was the only time that my why was about money. As I looked at my career. But again, it's about that time. How can people reach you? How can people reach the Mastermind group? And what is a telephone number if you want to give one out to people?
Well, we prefer that everyone reach out to us through our website, theblackmastermindgroup.com. And we are the national Black Mastermind group on Facebook. You can reach us there. You can send us any questions you have through our website. We are moving across the nation, and we want to make sure that every person that wants to get in contact with us and want information from us can do so by going through the website. Our team will respond back, or there's times I even respond back, because I want to make sure that everybody gets to where they need to be, that seat in a classroom, to make sure they are moving toward becoming a sustainable business. So thank you, Dr. Kelly. Thank you so very much for allowing me to share with your audience today. And you're going to see more of us. We're family now, so make room for us.
Hello,
We all
sister.
coming in.
Hello, sister. How you doing? Welcome to the family.
Yes, thank you for giving me a seat at the table.
Well, you've always had a seat at the table. I'm just sitting around saying, where you been all my life? Last but not least,
Yes.
would you talk a little bit about the different chapters that you have, and possibly the chapters that you have available? Because I think sometimes people, when they hear about an organization, and they don't really know what you're doing. And I want people to know that you have the openings for chapters all over the world, not just in North Carolina, not just in Chicago, not just in North America, but all over the world. Because one of the things that we have exposed on this network is Black people in business all over the world who want to be on a platform to talk business. And that's one of the things that we're pushing for.
Excellent. Thank you for reminding me. Well, we started the National Black Mastermind Group, which is the organization that oversees all of our affiliate groups. In 2019, one of the gentlemen in my class said, Dr. Watson, you've got to teach this to the world. He was literally in tears, because he said, if someone would have told me what you just shared with me, I would not have made all the mistakes I made in business.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could just tell this to other people, it's going to change their lives. So I took him serious, and we immediately opened Dallas and Atlanta. We have Dallas now, Atlanta, Houston, Kansas City, Hampton Roads, Virginia, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Cincinnati, Ohio. And with our boot camp program, which is an 8-week, now I'm not lying, it's extremely intense. It's extremely accelerated, because we're going to get you in a seat and pour as much information in you as we can. But with our collaborations with several different organizations that I can't wait to share with you all, who have asked us to train their people and partner with them. But we're going to come back and tell you that when it's time. We don't tell everything before time. But with that, we will be opening up training sites in all of the major cities across the nation. Now, starting in July 2021, we will have Houston, Kansas City, and Hampton Roads, Virginia open. But we're going to have the accessibility for individuals in states around Texas, states around Kansas City, and states up in the northeastern part of the country to be able to take the boot camp classes. So we're positioning ourselves that we can run 6 to 10 classes a week out of these areas. And that way we can serve more people. But in 2022, hear me, ladies and gentlemen, we are opening up for trainers and coaches to join our organization so that we can hit all 600 chapters of this organization. We're going to create affiliate mastermind groups to train the people in these cities. We're even going to go international. Now, in 2019, we went to Ghana. We partnered with a group in Ghana, and we'll be going back to Ghana as soon as it's safe. We're going to take entrepreneurs with us to Ghana. We're going to go back to our affiliate group in Ghana, re-strengthen them, get them back on track, because we haven't been able to communicate with them as much as we like. But we're going to be across this nation again in July 2021, Kansas City, Houston, and Hampton Roads, Virginia, and all of the states surrounding those states will be able to join the class in Kansas City, Hampton Roads, Virginia, and Houston. But in January 2021, with the help of this organization and similar organizations who have a passion to help Black entrepreneurs, we're going to be across this nation. And we're going to start rolling out training groups across this nation. And our ultimate desire is every business that's closed, we birth two in its place.
Well,
That's
now,
our ultimate desire.
my ultimate goal, because when you start talking about chapters, I want people who are watching this telecast to take it very, very serious.
Yes.
What happens a lot of times, information comes to people from different sources. Today, many of you got up, you went to work, some of you worked your work, some of you did your jobs. You didn't know you was going to be here tonight getting this information, and more importantly, getting an opportunity to get better. So I want people in states across this country to go to the website, click on it, leave an email, and open a chapter up in your city. And remember what I said, what my grandmother said. Fear is an imagination emotion. It's imaginated in your mind when you don't want to think. And she used to beat me in the head with that so much until the only time I was ever scared was when my great grandfather asked me to choose between being a lawyer and being an artist. And he said it so hard to me until I stood fast and I looked him right in his face and I said, I'm going to be an artist. I didn't know if I was going to get a whooping. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I did understand that my grandmother said, fear no man, fear no one, but more importantly, don't fear yourself. And with that being said, I know I'm pushing on them. When I start moving around in this chair and start getting ready to go, it's hard to stop me. But I want people to understand that getting on this train is a train of prosperity, a train of peace, and more importantly, it's a train of profit. And I think that's where everything, or should they say, the rubber hits the road, that profit train. Want to thank you for being on tonight. Looking forward to all the great things that you're going to be doing. Can't wait, just can't wait to see your show and see your presentations. And more importantly, we can't wait to see June come. Because when June comes, we're doing 100 more speakers. We did 50,000 this time. We're going to probably do 100,000 next time. And the most important thing that I can share with each and every person that hears me is that we are here to serve. Not to get, but to serve. And to help students from across the world get something out of what we're able to serve and share with them. And again, I want to thank you for being on the show. Any last comments you'd like to make before we get out of here?
Well, I want to say that we'll be here with you in June. So Black Mastermind groups will be here serving and assisting with making this, making our presence known. And we are serving your organization. And I've learned as a young woman that serving is the door that God uses to raise our life to the next level. So we're here to serve. But I want to talk to you about fear. It is false evidence appearing real. And our community believes a lot of false evidence that appears real.
That's right.
We want to put the facts on the table and push the fear away and fill it with faith. Faith that who God called us to be as entrepreneurs. The gifting that he put in our life is what he has given us so that we can create wealth and establish his covenant in the earth realm. So entrepreneurship is a calling and it's a kingdom assignment to produce wealth in the earth realm. And with that, I'll say good night.
Well, you know what? I like to close out real cool and real smooth, but you know you closing out cool and smooth. Again, I want to thank you so very much. Look forward to the great things that you're going to do. And as I continue to say, without love, there's no happiness. And without happiness, there's no peace of mind. And remember, what you're looking for is looking for you. And you know I'm going to say it. I'll see you on the other side. You got Eric Kelly III, Black Business News. We bring you the news in the Black community. We bring you the news about the thought of the day. We bring you the news of what's going on and what's happening. No, we're not CNN, NBC, CBS, or your barbershop. We are the Black Business Network, and we want you to tune in so we can turn you on to all of the great businesses from across the world, across the country. We're on the IBM television network, and we're here to share with you information that you can use. Not information you can just snooze, but information that you can use. We're going to do another 100 speakers. Our goal is to do 100 speakers 52 weeks of the year. Don't sleep on it. Be a part of it. If you want to be on the platform, if you want to speak, give us a call, 919-308-9090, or email us at info@blackbusinessexpousa.com. And for those of you out there who've been on the platform, thank you so very much. We want to thank you for your contributions to our scholarship foundation. We want to thank you so very much for being a part of what we're working toward. And again, as I continue to say, I'll see you on the other side. Bye-bye until the next time.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-380-9090. I am Black business. I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina. Sign up today.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.